So in our previous class, we already know about some basic concept of 2D array, that means two-dimensional array. That is, the two-dimensional array consists of two things, rows and columns. And another important thing I was discussed that the 1D array is a collection of 0D arrays, that means simple variables. 2D arrays is the collection of 1D arrays, and 3D arrays are the collection of 2D arrays. And when we are going to deal with 2D arrays, in that case, always remember we have to deal with row first, then column. And these indexes represented these indexes are represented the row, and these indexes represents the column. Okay, that's it. I think this is clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so at first we will see how to uh, write a code for two-dimensional array. Okay, so basically we have to create the simple two-dimensional array, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that I already discussed in the previous class. I think the screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I have to take in. I don't need to take input. Okay. So at first I have to create array. So use as we know the normal array, it is similar like that. Let's say int, the array name is ARR, and the double bracket refers to the number of elements, and equals to, here I 1, 2, 3, 2, sorry, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Let's check if there is any error or not. No, there is no error. Now tell me, what is the size of rows and what is the size of columns?
So can you repeat again?
What is the size of rows and what is the size of columns in this array? Okay, so
Three.
the size of row is 3 and column is also 3. Now I have to print all the elements in the manner, uh, in which manner I am going to print it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like this. I am going to print the matrix. For this, we have to create a loop. Int I, the initial value is 0, I less than number of rows, that is 3, and I plus plus. Next, this is for column. Int j equals to 0, j less is the number of column, that is also 3 and j plus plus. Now we have to print the value. So see one thing, that all the values are in same level. So instead of system.out.println, we have to use system.out.print. So system.out.print, and I have to print the value of arrij, and for separation I am providing a simply space. And after printing uh, after printing a row, there is a next line. This is in the next line. So this j loop is basically for printing each row. That's why we have to provide a next line. For that, system out println, that's it. This is just this line just create our next line. Okay, this is our code. Let's check it. Okay, you can see the our value like this. So this is okay. Any doubt in this code?
No, sir.
So in this way we are going to print all the elements of 2D array. Now next thing about 2D array is we have to take user input. The similar way, in our last class we already saw how to take input in an array from user. This is quite similar. So in this case, like I am taking int r and c. R is for number of rows and C is number of columns. And I have to take user input, that's why I have to import java.util.scanner. Now I have to prompt the message to the user to enter number of rows. So enter number of rows. And I am storing the number of rows in R. R equals to sc dot next in. But wait, I did not create any object called sc. So scanner sc equals to new scanner. Okay, now I have to ask for the columns. System.out.println enter number of columns. Okay, and I have to take input c equals to sc dot next int. Now, now I have to take the input from user. So I have to create array like that. New array int array name. The double square bracket means this is denoting a 2D array, and new int, and at first we have to provide the number of rows and then number of columns. Clear in this line what is happening here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have to take the input. So to take input we have to create for loop, and that is that must be nested for. So int I equals to 0. Now, what is our number of rows? In that case, our number of rows is r. So I is less than r and I plus plus. Next, we have to take sorry, we have to create another loop if j equals to 0. And what is the number of columns? That is c and j plus plus. Now system dot out dot println enter value for ARR uh, I bracket close and bracket open plus j. Uh, you understand this slide? What is happening here? This will for the first value it will display enter value for ARR 00. For the second value it will display enter value for ARR 01, like that. So ARR IJ is sc dot next int. Okay, so this nested loop is for it too. Now we have to print the all the values. So this will come under the output. Now we have to create the loop in similar way for int I equals to 0, I less than number of rows, I plus plus, for int j equals to 0, j is less than number of columns and j plus plus. Simply system dot out dot print ARR I and j, and I'm providing a space for separation, and here after the inner loop I have to provide a next line system dot out dot println. Okay, so this is our code. So the program says enter number of rows. Let's say I am giving 3. Enter number of columns. It is 2. And I am providing the value for each cell. That means each box. So here at first enter the value for AR at 00, means 8, 0, 1, 9, 1, 0, 5, 1, 2, 6. And this is our 2D array. Okay, this code is clear.
Yes.
Okay, next thing about array is, let me see. So there are few concepts. I am explaining it one by one. Now first thing, I already told you that if we have n elements, the legal subscript, uh, the question is in Java for an array having n elements, legal subscripts are, it will be always from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, this we already know. Now, another thing, do you know about the size of the data types, defined data types? There is defined data types like char, int, byte, short, int, then long, float, and double. So these are the data types in Java. Now, tell me what is the size of the cat data type? That means how much memory a cat data type can consume.
2 bytes.
2 bytes. 2 bytes. And byte?
Mm,
Byte is byte takes 1 byte only. Short take 2 bytes. Int, this is 4 bytes. Long, it is 8 bytes. Float, this is 4 bytes. And double, this is 8 bytes. So these are the memory, that means the size of memory that each data type allocates. Now suppose I am creating an array int a, and I am providing a5. That means an array with 5 boxes. So can you tell me how much memory it will consume?
So can you repeat again?
I am creating an array of integer type which contains 5 boxes. That means array contains 5 elements of integer type. So how much memory it will consume?
5.
Not 5. See, in this case, you have to take the value, that means the number of elements. Here it is 5, and you have to take how much memory each in data type is allocates. That means consumes. So this is 4 bytes. So 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. So answer will be 20 bytes. This is simple, like if one variable, one integer value consumes 4 bytes. So how much the 5 integer value consumes?
20 bytes.
20. Simply multiply this. Now another example, let's say I have an array of cats. It is a, and it is 7. Now tell me how much memory will it consume?
14.
Hmm?
14.
14. Okay. So this was another concept. Okay. Now another thing. Suppose I have an array. How many elements this array can have?
How many?
5. Because it is written here, it is 5. That means the array A can contain 5 elements. Now similar in this case, int A 5 and 4. How many elements will it contain? Will it contain?
9.
Not 5. In that case, that means we have 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now count how many boxes are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is basically the multiplication of these two. That means if I give something like int a and m and n. Now tell me how many elements it should contain. It should contain m multiply n. Okay, clear this thing?
Yes.
Suppose in our syllabus there is no 3D array. Suppose I have an 3D. I have a 3D array. Int c 2, 3, 4. Now tell me how many elements will be there.
24.
Yes, 24. That means multiply all the values that are inside the square brackets. This is the way we can solve this type of problems. Okay. Now, uh, write a question.
Yes, sir.
Right. Write a program to take
Right. Take
marks of 10 students, marks of 10 students in an array, and count the number of students
and
whose
count the
mark
number.
students whose marks are greater than 50. Int marks, and the values are 90, 95, 75, 80, 51, 76, 69, 60, 50, and 92. Then for variable int count equals to 0. For int I equals to 0, I less than 10, and I plus plus. If marks is greater than 50, count plus plus. System dot out dot println marks greater than 50% is count. So this is your code. Now let's run it. See, there is at first there is an error that you are providing the array name but don't provide any index. So here you have to provide the index, that is I. Okay, again run the code. Now, another mistake is I don't want output like that. I want that final output. The final output, what is the final output? Marks greater than 50% is 9, and it is uh, displaying multiple times. So I have to write the line outside of the loop. Okay, now the code is correct. Now see, your logic was completely correct, but because of these two small errors, your whole code is wrong. Now, can you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the things you have to um, focus on. Take time, but don't make this kind of small mistakes. So because of these two mistakes, your that means if the marks of the code is 10, you will get 0. And if you handle these errors, then you will get the full marks. Okay. So any doubt about array?
No, sir.
So I am giving you some questions as homework. So this was the basic things about array. Now we have to solve questions and send me the PDF of your book of the array. And there was two more topics: searching and sorting. So you have before going to the searching and sorting, you have to solve many problems on array. Then you will get to know how to search and how to sort. Okay, clear?
Yes,
Okay. So you can leave now.